Hi, I'm Benoit Robert. I would like to give you an introduction about this advanced FX class at ANOMALIA. It will be held in Český Krumlov city. It's a beautiful city in Czech Republica, and I've been there a few times. It'll be my fifth class I'll be giving at ANOMALIA. You may wonder, who is Benoit Robert? So I'm doing FX for the last 16 years. I've been in several studios, 6 studios in Montreal, and I have always been FX artist or lead. At the moment, I'm FX lead at Rodeo FX, and I'm working on big shows, like more than 30 shows, something like 35 shows at the moment. It's usually blockbusters, Hollywood movies, or Netflix. It's really my passion, and I love to teach as well. I've been teaching for 11 years by now at NAD University in Montreal, 5th time at Anomalia. I've been teaching for about 6 years at, more than that, at Tianjin University in China. And I have been teaching for 2 years full-time for Technicolor Academy. So I was basically teaching juniors when they started at MPC. I was their trainer for 3 months, 40 hours per week. And for 3 months, I was going through everything needed to achieve production quality. Because when we deal with big clients like Disney, or you always have to have super high standards. And so it was my role to lift their level to what is required in production. So it's 2 weeks. This class is made for people who already have some understanding of Houdini, ideally for FX, but it's not mandatory. Say if you are doing some Houdini for another department, such as asset or environment, you already have some understanding of it, and you would like to get better in Houdini. That's perfect for you. It can also be for people who has a good understanding of FX, but inside of another 3D package. Say you're doing FX for 2-3 years under Maya, and you would like to move into Houdini. So that could be also another good fit for you guys. If you never did touch Houdini, but if you take the first class that will be held 1 week before with me, no problem. You should be all good to move into the next class right after. Okay, so no stress with that. If you're not sure, feel free to send me an email and I'll get back to you on that. Let's now discuss about some topics that will be covered during the class, right? Of course, in FX, there is the 4 big chunks, 4 main blocks of FX, right? You have rigid body dynamic simulation, everything that is rigid and breaks, how to shatter your elements to be realistic, how to have realistic simulations, such as when they fall, we want to make sure it's stable on the ground. I don't want them to be shaking. How can we control these? I would like also to cover how to do particle simulation, of course, how to control particle simulation with custom forces, such as vector maths inside of VUP or VEX, a bit of programming in VEX and visual programming in VUP. But don't be stressed, it's just the basics. how to get comfortable doing your own custom effect if you need to do so, if you want. We will cover, of course, fire and smoke, how to do custom simulation, how to use the gas micro solver, how to dive inside of the solver and implement tools if you want to make something different than what is provided by default, right? So destruction, I'd like also to show you how to attach different type of material together. Say this type of effects where you have a house where the mortar is attached to the bricks, and the bricks are attached to the wood, and the wood is attached to metal beams. And I'd like to attach them in a logic way, and you don't shatter the different material types the same way, because for the woods you'd like to create some shards and splinters. So how can we make appropriated shattering to create realistic effects and attach them properly? So this is something that is interesting to dive into. How to bend metal. If the metal bend and tear apart at a certain angle, what's the threshold? At what point you want it to tear apart? And so how can we make that? It can be done as clot, but it can also be done as rigid body. So different approach, for different scenarios. Of course, we'd like to discuss about water simulation, how to do flip for small scale and large scale, open ocean, maybe something that you already know with grids, but open ocean, how can we blend the grid with a swimming pool, say a flip tank? That's the word I was looking for, a flip tank. So if you have a boat riding and you see from the camera point of view, you see all the way to the horizon, well, you have to blend the flip tank with the ocean grid. How can we do that? So that's something I'd like to cover with you guys. Realism in a simulation. So always looking at references, analyzing references. How can we make it look like nature? Level of detail, function of the distance to the camera. This is what drives how we make the effects. The resolution is function of the distance to the camera. It's not because it's big that you need more resolution. It's because it's close up that you need more resolution. I'd like also to speak about Solaris. Solaris is a new rendering environment under Houdini where you can render in Karma. It's super powerful. It allows you to render with USD. It's cross-platform, super convenient. And also, one big thing, I would like to take a moment to look at your demo reel. If you already have one, if you would like to improve it, how can we improve your demo reel? I was, on my side, giving classes at Technicolor Academy for 2 years. Technicolor is, so I was basically hiring junior FX artists, and they were with me for 3 months, 40 hours a week, and I was training them to reach the level required to join production at MPC. And so basically I've been involved looking at demo reel for juniors from around the world. I'm super used with best ways to present your demo reel, what we are expecting, what we want to see, what are the type of questions that we could ask you when you're in interview. So many things. It's a big topic, and I believe that it can be convenient for you, especially from my experience, to share that with you. Let's speak about the schedule, the daily schedule. In the morning, I like to give you a masterclass. And of course, you can ask me question on the go whenever you want, because it's always small groups at Anomalia. And then during the lunch break, we usually at the castle from Český Krumlov, we like to order food from always the same restaurant, because first it's good, it's affordable, and they deliver at Krumlov. So basically, as soon as we finish the class, we just move upstairs, we eat, it's already there, everyone has something, so it's delivered on time, very simple, super convenient. And if you don't want to spend too much in restaurants, because Český Krumlov is a nice city, but it's also full of tourists. So, if you want for 2 weeks to have this deal, it's a really good deal. Then in the afternoon, we come back, and I like to give you workshops. And there is 3 ways I like to provide the workshop. The first one is where I give you a scene inside of which you have an FX rig. Oh, something I forgot to mention. FX rig. Sorry about that. Let me come back just one slide before. FX rig, it's the first one. It's one of the big element that I'd like to do with you guys. How can you make an FX rig that is easy to read, that you can have, that you can pass to different artists, and that is suitable for multiple situations? Okay, so that's really something you want to build. I would like you guys by the end of this week to be able to create your own FX rig procedurally, such as if you come in the afternoon and I give you a workshop where I provide you an FX rig and I tell you, okay, please change this model for another model. And I want you guys to go through the graph, taking my FX rig and making sure that it works all the way down until you can render the thing. Okay, so that's something that I like to give you as a workshop. I will give you some guidance. Say, I want to have this, that, at that frame, this character happens here. Say if this is a different shot. Okay, so same context, but now it's a different shot. How can you adapt this rig for the new shot? So that's something very realistic that we do in production all the time. We start from a template that a lead will give you. So usually my guys in my group, I give them an FX rig, and they have to do each and every shot based on that. But something changes. So that's really what I'd like to give you as a workshop. Let's put you in situation. You have a shot, and what happens in that shot. Another way of doing in the afternoon, I like to give you some references, empty scene, you start from scratch, and I will ask you to build a scene to match the reference from nothing, right? So you go and you build the scene as you want it to be, okay? And of course, I will be here with you. I will circle around sit with each and every one of you and discuss. So maybe while you're building it, I will ask you, okay, can you show me where you're at? What are you aiming for? What's the approach? And then we can discuss. If I feel like, oh, maybe have you considered using this approach instead? Or maybe I will show you something quickly that could be suited for you or useful that maybe you don't know. Lastly, personal project. I would like you guys to take a moment to think about few elements, perhaps 1, 2, maybe 3, if they are not too big. Shots, situation, effects that you would like to build for your demo reel, perhaps. Something that you would like to try while you are with me. So you can bring your own references. It's not me, you choose. And I will be there to guide you. How can we make this inside of Houdini? Okay, so that's the third way. I hope that this gives you a good overview, but most of all, I hope that you are excited to come with me in Český Krumlov next summer in August to attend for this advanced FX class. Thank you guys. I hope to see you soon.